Muradin,
6-8 total. That's still very good. That's very good.
Everyone has Gladiator, there's
Big
Robogoblin,
pogs.
Junkrat has Distant, Malf is a big
Team looking
target.
good for only playing together a couple
Ultimately,
hours.
you
Lots
just
of room
need
to
to
grow. Oh, I
measure
agree.
the
I
amount of
agree.
times that you're okay to go into a
Glad you think
fight.
so. Definitely not,
And
Alice.
yeah, just kind of mind her
Yeah, make
reads.
sure you guys all keep spamming the
Indeed. Well, here we
sidestep
go.
crowns in
We
chat,
have
man.
got, of course, our red team Sidestep Kings.
Gotta motivate the players.
On the Anubarak, Kyocha
They'll,
going to be manning the Leoric. Godfilth on
and when
Chromie.
they see y'all
June
cheering
on
for
the
them, they'll be
Stukov. Meanwhile,
motivated
blue
for sure.
side, we'll get through it really quick. Night Vision on Malfurion.
Mott's
Ritzau
is
going
not
to be
dead?
playing Sylvanas.
Definitely not.
Lauber, the
Definitely
tank
not.
on Muradin. Quaza on the Gazlo, and Dynao on Junkrat as the poking begins in the mid lane. It's going to be a very
This
poke-heavy game,
game
isn't it?
was like such
It
a
is,
clown
and
fiesta.
Crowd Control has an amazing
Was
push
really clown,
potential.
actually.
In Sylvanas, Gazlo, and Junkrat, those are three heroes that push lanes by themselves. Together, they are a fearsome threesome indeed. And it is possible that if
Who
they
am I
only
rooting
get
for?
a single kill on an
Why,
enemy
I
team,
own the
that you can
Sidestep
just
Kings.
see a fort
That's my team, so
evaporate
of course I'm gonna root
like
for
that.
them.
True enough. Got a little bit of rotation down in the bot lane now. Night Vision, Dynao, and Rutzau trying to push against Godfilth a bit. But that Chromie has a lot of wave clear on their own, you know?
No worries,
She's
Smurder.
safely
No
positioned. She
worries.
can kill minions from afar and soak that, which dies by itself. We see Kyo joining in the mid lane, all the way from top, to add a little bit of lane priority. And then he's going to make it back top again. He did clear that top wave so fast, so he's not really losing any XP by doing
Pretty standard early game start. Yeah,
That's
everyone's
the important thing.
chilling.
You just got to stay up on XP. We see teams breaking off to do their early siege camps. And everything kind of just going according to plan. Although that said, it is going to be Sidestep Kings taking the extra initiative to try to take that bottom camp. Looks like they have to back away. Just looking at the mini-map, and we maybe have a little bit of a fight here. Cattle getting in there on the Anubarak, getting a little bit of a stun onto Lauber. Now going in with the charge onto Dynao. That's going to zone him out a bit. But Cattle getting low. That's going to be the first kill, going over to crowd control.
I wonder what the philosophy was for this fight.
Now going in from camp. Looks like they have to back away.
Because you think it's 4v4.
Gaslow
Gaslo was hiding and rotating, so maybe they didn't know Gaslo was rotating.
Now going in with the charge onto Dynao. That's going to zone him out a bit. But Cattle getting low. That's going to be the first kill.
I think the root on the Grey main, the trap and root on Grey main really screwed us on this fight. Because you can see how low the Malfurion got over here from the Chromie combo, but Grey main got rooted and then he got rooted again, so he was stuck. He couldn't follow up for like 10 seconds. Well, maybe like 5 seconds. So that was the problem here. See root, Cattle goes, but then root again, and Grey main can't go in. Look how low the mouth got. If he could go, if there was not a random ass trap there, that would have been a much better fight.
Pretty disastrously. June down to about 100 HP before he manages to walk away, but that was a big win for crowd control.
Yeah, I think what's the big deal is that they were just a little faster to recognize that this was.
They lost the 4v4 anyway. Yeah, it was the root into root that really screwed that engage, I think.
So they brought Gaslo in. They said, Leo, yeah, just add one and.
Not much you can do about that though. You run into a trap in a bush. It's rough.
Valuable, but bring in your solo laner at the right time, or in this
series had a lot of oofs. Yeah, this was kind of like a fiesta. There's definitely a lot of scrapping in this one.
Good body blocking from Cattle. Dynao taking a lot of damage, and it's going to be June coming up to get the finish.
Tasunki, thank you for the 5.
Stukov. But yeah, that was just a really nice catch on the Junkrat. Sometimes a hero that's pretty tough to pin down.
Welcome back.
Yeah. He did use his Gladiator's medallion during the bottom engagement at the Impaler camp. That's why he had none. He's the only one that has used it so far, so that has a price. That 5 minutes cooldown is not something you can completely ignore.
Actually, yeah. Grey main could have medallioned and engaged. That would have been the better play, right? His medallion must have been up there. Medallion engaged there would have been better. From Grey main.
Yeah, pretty even.
But he would have to do it instantly.
Shrine is now active, and the early initiative taken by Sidestep.
Kobashi, thank you for the 4. Welcome back.
It's gonna be a Frost Infernal, looks like.
Yep.
Frost Punisher, rather.
This shrine was insane.
I got it eventually. Yeah.
Up 10 shitters right now, more or less.
Alright. Nice lateral charge to kind of just knock people off a little bit. And again, it's just a lot of poke coming in. So you put in your tankiest heroes, try to just survive long enough. There's a little bit of damage onto Kyocha. Rutzau walks forward with the Sylvanas to load even more on there. And now that solo laner has to be a little bit careful. The Auric backing away, they may have to give this one over, but no, the re-engage coming in now. Cattle mixing things up in the Anubarak in the middle of it all, but it's still such a close fight. Looks
I don't
like
know
it
how
still
they
could
won
go the
this.
way of crowd control, though, unless Sidestep Kings get a bit more aggressive here.
I
That's
guess the
exactly
Chromie
what
poke
they're
is slowly
doing.
starting to take
Can
effect.
they zone out crowd control long enough?
It's like everyone misses everything.
They're trying to zone it, but there's only one skeleton required for crowd control.
Okay, Sylph dead. That's good. Good sidestep there.
That's actually a really
There's
nice
some
kill
clutch
by
individual
Sidestep
plays.
Kings.
They're gonna turn this one around. Sidestep King.
One
All they
skeleton.
did,
Lauber just stopped running.
crowd control long enough.
Why Lauber just stopped
Carol's
running?
trying. Stormbolt misses from Lauer on the Nubarak. They're trying to zone it, but there's only one skeleton required.
June's
for crowd
passive
control.
slowed all of them
They're
down a
gonna
lot
get it
too.
soon.
Do you get time
39
trapped?
versus 30. They lose Sylvanas. That's
Oh, he was
actually
trying to
a
get the
really nice
40th
kill by
one.
Sidestep Kings.
Oh, he was trying to click it, but he couldn't because it was under Greymane. That's why he stopped running.
One more.
This was insane, dude. 39 and they didn't get it. That was actually so insane.
All they needed was one more.
This is a dream. 39 versus 28 skeletal defenders, and I mean, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in those comms. Be like, okay, who gets it? You, me.
Of course, Yoda.
No, nobody.
Of course.
Well,
Didn't you
what
ask me that
happened
already?
was,
Weren't you the
they
one
got
that
the
asked me that?
Sylvanas
Yoda,
about the
please.
same time that Cattle was satchel charged back over the wall. by
P-Man, thank you for the 4
Junkrat,
months.
And they all chased him down. They were like, okay, easy kill on the Anubarak, but they lost
Yeah, what up,
sight of the
Flinchies?
objective, and because of that, they're gonna lose a lot of HP on this fort.
And that's sour. You think you've pretty much got it in the bag.
Oh my
You
god,
Sylvanas,
chat,
you're
please.
like,
Not like this.
39 skeletons. We're about to get the Punisher, but we don't have Sylv. While they're working to process that loss, they lost a whole lot more. Because you want to have that Sylvanas pushing along the Punisher to shut down enemy buildings. And, well, that turned sour pretty quickly. Great job by Sidestep. Creating a lot of space there with Caterpillars and Uberak engaged. Lauber did miss his Stormbolts on
Could
the Uberak.
unstoppable.
That made everything last a little bit longer.
Now the big deal is, look at this, it's already a 2-level, well, a little over 1-level lead, but the main point is that the heroic abilities have been unlocked for Sidestep Kings now, so they turned that fight, they turned that objective into a pretty big edge now. We'll see how far they can push in this bot lane with the advantage. Obviously, crowd control not too incentivized to fight right now.
It's slowing sands, actually. That's the power of having 2 heroic choices. You have a whole team that can deal pretty well with Temporal Loop. You just go for the other ult. A little bit of extra zone control.
We make this because we know you don't like.
Their level 20 upgrades are insane. So
I know,
think
Ron.
we have a
I
very
know.
strong level 20
Twitch
team.
chat always
Leoric,
be
one
like
of the best
that, huh?
heroes at level 20, alongside Butcher, actually, ironically. These heroes, they're not the very best. They die a lot, but once you get to level 20, they have this massive team silence potential that can just win a team fight.
Makes sense. Let's take a second now to listen to the Sidestep King's comms as they kind of prepare what to do next.
Yeah, right there.
I know, Ron. Big scene, big scene. Right there? Right there.
Nice.
We can.
That's good.
What do
A
we?
noob stun, Stukov silence, bullet is a really strong combo.
Okay.
Good, good combo.
I don't think we go.
We go bot, we go bot,
Whatever.
we go bot. I need an arc camp soon though. Screaming, go do it soon.
Yeah. Actually, I will just go now.
Let's get this tower.
Can we get well? Actually, they might.
I'm just careful soon.
I think we get out. We get out.
We wanna get top clear.
Do they use Discord for in-game comms? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yes, we should have got the
Let's
well.
robo. Robo gasoline,
Yeah.
not grab.
I'm backing real quick. Can Sukov come? We
Yeah,
rush
coming,
quick.
coming.
1, 2, 3. They're all here. Careful here. We play 13.
Yep, 13. Watch out for
Can
picks
just
right
cap
now.
it, by the way.
They use curse voice ventrilo. I mean, technically they could use any of those. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Hey, watch this rotation.
Yeah.
I'm going around. Me and Greyman going around.
Junkrat trap here, or boop. Careful in here. There's a Junkrat W.
Getting this fake for 13.
Yeah, push bottom and come from here. Oh, I'm on.
Yuta is dying.
Yeah.
Ooh, ripping pepperonis.
Okay.
CTOcha didn't
Fast.
unstop the stun fast enough.
Let's try to
Ping. That's ping.
How long? 20?
I can
Ah,
look
this
for
one,
roots.
this one's probably gone.
It should be fine.
That's the dig. I'm
This is a good disengage.
It's
Uh,
a far.
I think Ultralisk tried to go for the solo kill play. Messed up there though. We could see that again maybe. See how close it was
This one.
to working. Let's see.
Oh my god.
We gotten any feedback from them on how bad ping is? Yeah, Kyocha says the ping is insane. It's super hard for him. But that's obvious. I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried playing on 200 ping, but it's insanely hard. That was close. He got rooted. That kind of stopped his tempo. Went for the all-in.
Oh, still?
Not the best all-in, but it's fine.
I think you leave.
It's actually
They
200.
make
Yeah,
maybe,
it's
a
basically
little bit of a
200.
mistake there from Sidestep Kings, and that ends up giving the second shrine, the second Punisher, the Arcane Punisher this time, over to
He missed
the
bullet? No, he
crowd
hit it.
control
Pretty
side
sure
of
he hit it
things.
on the
What do you
Junkrat.
think about those comps? We might have lost Grubby there. We'll just keep talking. Meanwhile, that
Fly him
Punisher
in.
is starting to do a lot
Yeah,
of
the
damage
price
to
pool for this
the bot
tournament
lane.
is $600.
So
Well, actually, it's
just
getting a lot bigger.
that
Or the
Sidestep
stipend is
Kings was
600
maybe
though.
starting to
But
feel a little bit more comfortable. That's turning things right around. See if we can get
you
Grubby
you,
back in
you
here.
try asking someone to fly in to the middle of the
Meanwhile,
most number of
Godfield's doing
coronavirus
what he
cases
can
in the world.
to just clear these minions to try to push back the Punisher
See if
a
you can
little bit.
convince them. That's
Looks like
not
there
the
might be a
best
little bit
idea,
of a
most
fight in the
likely.
middle right now, actually. As right
For
now,
600 bucks.
SYM
Over
his
3
duty
months.
to try to take down that
Well, it's more
Punisher.
than that. The
There
prize
is a
pool is
fight
actually
going on
going
mid.
higher,
Yep,
but
as
still,
we can see,
it's still not
Malfurion
worth
already
it.
going down night vision,
It's just not smart.
taking a dirt nap. Meanwhile, the other healer on the other side, June on the
Maybe if
Studio,
there was
taking
no
out
Rona.
Dino getting surrounded by Cattle and Godfill. And so they say, you know what, there's no shrine, we're just gonna fight anyway. We're gonna look for that fight we wanted. But they're
See,
not.
the camera
Meanwhile,
didn't
the
catch
other
what actually
now,
happened here. I
SYM,
wonder what happened here,
his
right?
duty
So they
to
started
try to take down
4v5,
that
so it
Punisher.
must have been
There
like
is
a
a
good
fight going on
engage
mid.
at the
Yep, as we
start.
can see, Malfurion already going down night vision.
Just like
Taking a
where
dirt
you
nap.
go
Meanwhile,
full
the
clown
other
fiesta
healer
mode.
on the other side,
I don't know
June on the
what.
Stu got taken
I'm
out
not
as
sure
well.
what
Dino
this
getting
fight
surrounded by
was.
Cattle and Godfill. And so they
Wish
say,
wish
you know
the
what, there's
camera
no
caught
shrine,
it
we're just
earlier.
gonna fight anyway.
Hard to
We're gonna look
tell.
for that fight we wanted, but they're not gonna find it as crowd control turning this one around again. There goes Cattle, now Kyocha.
Oh, actually, I can. June was streaming these. We can go into J June and J June VODs and see what was going on here. Boom. Um, I'll jump in the comms myself, baby. I don't need CCL to jump in the comms.
Two mid right now.
Let me clear the Punisher. Let me clear the
Yeah,
Punisher.
coming.
Okay, clear the Punisher was called. Kettle double stun here.
DFC.
Oh, we saw a mouth out of position.
Junkrat web down here.
Saw a mouth out of position, so we went for it.
Hey, Brendan in the base. Brendan in the base.
It's like a lack of communication, I think. And June got bopped.
Muradin is coming.
Murdered out of nowhere.
DFC.
Yeah, that's just like a lack of like communication here.
Muradin is coming. Let me clear the Punisher. Let me clear the
Yeah,
Punisher.
coming.
Yeah, they saw mouth out of position, that's why they went for it. But here, Cattle has double stuns down. He needs to say he has double stuns down ideally, because I'm pretty sure Kyocha didn't know he had double stuns down, so Kyocha also saw the mouth out of position. And he has Entomb in like 1 second, so Kyocha wanted to go here, but he didn't know double stun was down.
Muradin is coming.
Muradin coming was called, so that was communicated.
DFC.
June kind of got bopped anyways though. Rip. It was fast.
Junkrat web down here. Help Chromie and then.
Alright. I guess that's the play-by-play. That was definitely a losing battle though. That was not good. They should not have
SYM
taken
on
that
the
once
run,
the double
can
stun
activate
missed.
the siege camp, but not going to be able to use that leap to get far enough away, and that was a clean fight win for crowd control. They lost 2, but they took out
Because
the
Greymane was
entire
clearing
other
too, right?
side,
So
and that's
double
just
stun down,
even more
4v5.
pushing. So despite that early, good move from Sidestep,
If double stun was
Kings,
up, that mouth dies
like a better
instantly.
game overall from
Might be a
crowd
good
control
fight.
now. Do we have Grubby back with us? Doesn't sound like it yet. All right, well, in the meantime, crowd control getting that half-level advantage.
Just watch
Now
Junes?
they've
Should I
pretty
just
much
watch
got
Junes
the map
instead?
to do
You
with
guys just want me to watch Junes?
easy pickup on the siege camp for them.
Could just take a vote. Let's see here. Where's the polls? New poll. Which one we watch? June VOD. June perspective. Alright, y'all have 2 minutes. Start voting. Which perspective do you want? Polls in chat right now. You want the official one or you want J June's? You may begin voting now. Because the official one has the commentary. The June one just has comms from one side, I guess. Official one, you'll see what the other team is doing. In June one, you will not see what the other team's doing. That's true. Yeah, there's more G June, but it is divided. There's more J June, but it is divided right now. Alright, here's what we'll do. Let's just watch the official one, and then in fights we'll jump to the June one. I mean, like what we've been doing. I think that's like a fair compromise. I mean, nothing's gonna be happening here
Meanwhile,
anyways.
top lane might be the next push, and so
Fights
at this
are the most
point,
important to get the
difficulty is going to
perspective.
be is that this is not a game where you have a lot of vision, right? This is not like a different MOBA where you can put wards all over the place and keep an eye on things, even if you lose a lot of that map control. So now, with 2 lanes already pushed in, it's going to be tougher
Divided.
to approach those shrines safely. And I think that's what Sidestep
30-70? I mean, 30% is still like a good amount of people
They're
though.
going to need to find some picks.
We'll do both.
But more than that, they're going to need to find a way to not get picked. Looks like they might have found one right here, forcing the dwarf toss out of Lauber to get away safely.
Once things return to normal, I would
And for
not be
now, let's
surprised
go over
when
and
other
listen to what Crowd
PPL
Control
see
is
us
thinking about.
American and avoid us as if we had leprosy.
This was a good fight.
We're coming. We can get, I stopped.
That was a really good double stun combo. They didn't even have damage dealers. Both damage dealers were not even there.
We're killing you first.
Yeah, get out now, get out.
We're killing June first, baby.
The class is dead.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Agent. No,
Back on time
probably
before,
right.
the shrine starts. They will get top board. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Your vote matters. Alright, whatever. Well, we could try watching the June VOD too. I don't really care. I mean, whatever. Let's try watching the June VOD then.
Hey, Brandon in the base.
I think it's right here.
Almost 16.
5A, 16.
We're right here.
Oh, we don't split. We really split.
I know. It's a lot of damage. That's cleanse.
I'm going bottom.
We're at mid again.
I think you
They're
should
pushing
let me
top.
do the clear.
Oh, I'm behind them. Mouth. We're mid.
Yeah, here it should be Greymane clearing off lane, and Chromie should be with team, because Chromie is not safe to clear off lanes. It's really hard. If Chromie was with team here, it would have maybe turned out even better.
I'm coming as well.
What are the comms before this?
I think you
They're
should
pushing
let me
top.
do the clear.
Oh, I'm behind them. Mouth.
You see, that's why I'm impressed with Ultralisk, right? Even though he had some bad plays this game, it's like he knows what needs to be done. He knows like the game knowledge. He was saying right here, Chromie needs to be with the team, right? Which is true because Greymane can clear a side lane just as fast as Chromie. But the more important thing is Greymane is more likely to survive if he gets ganked. Chromie gets ganked clearing a side lane by herself, she's just dead. Also, if you are engaging with the 4-man, you'd probably rather have a Chromie with you than the Greymane. Although that's close.
We're mid. We got silver junk.
Oh, they just win, dude. Didn't even call it beforehand. They're just in there. All right, that works.
We need to run.
I'm coming as well.
Wait a minute. Did you and Hella just stand on the stun?
We need to
Duh. That's not a sidestep king. I'm wondering how June died here. Alright, someone clip this, send this to June right here. Someone clip and send, clip and send. Okay, stun, that's bad. But you should be fine here. Gazlo stun. What kind of sidestep is this, Jude? You just ran back and forth on the Gazlo stun until you got stunned. Clip and send. Fired. Ooh, someone needs to train June in the sidesteps. He wouldn't have died there if he didn't stand on it.
Guys, guys, guys.
Gazlo's dead.
Nice. We can get top.
Yeah. We
Beetle
will
soon.
need to take.
The gate blocked his pathing? Let's see this one last time.
Oh my goodness. I got that. Need to run.
No, I didn't. His mouse went right, left, right, left. He was in. It was his mouse. There was nothing blocking him.
Now pretty low.
Guys, guys, guys.
Gazlo's dead.
June does that with his mouse a lot. He does this on Lucio a lot, where he just like moves in the same spot, back and forth, back and forth. That's good for preliminary sidestepping, like before the CC is there, to make it hard for them to tell which way you're going. But if the CC's on the ground already, you gotta just get out, you know.
And some.
I will do the camp again.
Yeah. Gazel 30, we want to be on shrine fast.
Yeah, we
Actually.
do this camp really quick and then camp.
Come on.
Yeah.
Same, very same.
Look out, bro. Maybe we go fast and right here.
Ooh, feels good, man. 10 shitters, 1 cleave.
I will take. Actually, no, I will come to you.
We need everyone
See,
here.
this is why I like Kyochim. Right, he struggles in team fights, but we just got 24 shitters because he's just in the right place, macroing out of his mind. So
Fine.
his macro game is on point,
Fire down.
because that doesn't matter for ping as much.
Yeah.
Shrine follow.
5 more.
Try 5 more.
Breath down.
Okay.
5 more, 5 more, 5 more. Entomb.
Play shrine.
Play shrine. Okay, this is fine. I guess that was fine.
Do we just go bottom maybe and push out the waves? Or
Yeah, get bottom. Go down.
우리 버텀 안 돼.
Bottom.
I think now
Bottom
you
mountain.
can clear the waves through me. I'm better.
I think that means we go bottom.
Lower got it.
Dane sidestep CCL. Dane sidestep the fudge out of CCL. Dane, are you there? Sidestepping out of his mind.
Can we get this? Get this?
Yeah, we can rush it really quick.
Oh yeah, I don't totally love the call to go bottom here either, by the way.
Now you can clear bottom maybe.
Well, a lot of the time, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't matter that much. But you have a camp pushing top, you have a full immortal pushing mid. I think you go freaking for mid keep here 100%. A lot of the time, you go bottom here if they have like a fort mid and you kill the fort and the immortal's half HP, and then they're just gonna jump your half HP immortal over the wall and kill it. That's usually when you go bottom for a fort. You have a camp pushing top and a full HP immortal, and you can slowing sands the gate. I think you take what you can at the keep. It's not a big deal though. Bottom's okay too.
우리 버텀.
I do think it's slightly suboptimal compared to just taking what you can at the gate
I
though.
think now you can clear the waves through me. I'm better for pushing. But,
Lower got it.
Yeah, Gilly is working behind the scenes. I think she's in charge of production or
Can
something.
we get this? Get this?
yeah, we can rush it really quick. It might actually be dangerous.
Is June doing shot calling? Kato's doing shot calling, but Ultralisk talks a lot, which is nice. June's been talking a good amount too, which is nice. I don't like the style where one person does all the shot calling. No one person's ever good enough to account for everything. I like it more when everyone talks.
We need to.
June said it was lag. Oh, okay. Wait, is June in Korea? Does he have 200 ping too? Same.
Oh, we didn't cap on that on purpose.
Warming up. He's warming up with the lags.
Yeah.
Okay, you cap it and you.
I want the top pick.
Yeah.
But B2 Lobber might be in this weird ass.
Yeah, they are around.
Okay, fine. Okay, they're mid.
Do we look for a pick off maybe? I will push out top way and be pretty aggressive. Make sure
Maybe go
They
Mount
should be on
again.
boss side. They should be around boss side.
Bring one person back to Hotswood to be Psalm, Dreadnought, third guy, rich hero.
Maybe have a whale and port.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure we don't lose.
Probably
this
Dreadnought? I don't know. I mean, Dreadnought casting these would be pretty hype.
Okay, maybe can
can look for
first.
something.
I feel like
mid
that's the
or
one
something.
thing the casting is missing. Like someone that like really
Zero-
just like
zero one
super,
zero. Can be just Gyocha.
like just
Oh,
super
there's
hype
Lemur up
and knows
high.
their shit. And that's like Dreadnought, right? He's like kind of irreplaceable in that aspect.
They're 20, they're 20, 20, 20, 20.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
on.
get out.
I have web.
20.
Just
Dread is also
It's
working
fine,
behind the
it's
scenes,
fine,
I
it's fine.
think.
They use
Or
slides.
something. Maybe he's just...
That's fine, that's fine.
I don't actually know what
Just
Dreadnought's doing.
protect this maybe.
Maybe he's working on different games too. He's been casting different games a lot too.
I will get 20 in mid for you guys.
Okay, top, I think.
The Lyric dying there is not bad.
Careful.
I'm covering mid now.
Yeah, so stuff like this is where I think the team's still a little bit rusty / communication issues, right?
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. They use slides.
They use it a lot here
That's fine.
to
Just protect this maybe.
kill Lyric.
I will get 20 in mid for you guys.
Right, so Ultralist says he's gonna get 20 mid for it. You need to leave right now. You're 3 versus 5 against the Sylvanas that hasn't used passive, right? Like that. This is just a bit of rustiness in decision making happening. I think you're 3 versus 5 against the Sylvanas. Talent down. Like they're gonna dive you 100% here no matter what. This is probably just a little bit rusty. So as soon as Ultralisk says that he's going mid, Cattle should have called the team to back off here. So Cattle not calling the team to back off. I mean, someone should. It doesn't need to be Cattle. Someone needs to say back off here, right? So that's a little unfortunate, but they'll get better with time at that.
I'm covering mid now. I go bottom then.
Yeah. I go heal. I have rewind now too. They used a lot.
Yep.
That's actually kind of like I kind of wanted Dane on the team because he's like a shot caller too. And the way Temple Storm functioned, a lot of the time was like we needed a second shot caller too. Because like I said, one person will never be able to see everything. You're never gonna get the best team when only one person is shot calling, because they're always gonna miss something eventually.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time on Temple is me and Psalm like doing secondary calls. Like I feel like one of us would have been like, we need a GTFO there if Cattle didn't say anything, right? So that's like when it works out the best. You need someone to make those secondary calls for when your primary shot caller misses something.
We just go bottom then.
Yeah.
Because June does not make secondary calls that much. June is not talkative. Sam and I were a lot more talkative, and I think Dane is talkative too, probably. I think Ultralisk is talkative, but he's not like comfortable with the team and the dynamics yet. So I am pretty happy about the way Ultralisk plays. I think he'll get there once he's more comfortable, once they adapt a little bit more. But yeah, just stuff like that. How was it when Psalm left? Well, when Psalm left, I became the secondary shot caller more or less. I think Glau is really talkative too, but Glau is playing off lane, so he can't really call too many shots from off lane. He actually wasn't that talkative on the team too, because it was off lane, I think. But Glau like playing like melees would have been really talkative too.
Yeah.
Why not, coach? Maybe I'll just send this to Cattle or something, and maybe maybe that'll be my way of coaching. I mean, I am kind of like watching the replay and seeing what they could do better. It's a lot easier to see from a replay too, because it's much harder when you're in the action. I feel like June is really not used to playing Gazlo with Gazlo. June, hello? I mean, okay, that's not that bad. He didn't expect Meriden to get sent to Antarctica. That's not really his fault. I mean, if that was HCC June, he might have seen the angle and known he would be stunned for like 3 seconds by himself. But that's not really that bad.
Junk one.
It ended up being a good fight anyways.
Hey, still no blink, still no blink.
It's fine. Perfect.
This was Ultralisk making a really big play here. He just keeps
Watch for
hitting
Brandon,
them.
guys, watch for Brandon.
I like it. He has Medallion up, baits them back in. That was really good.
More than no shot, more than no shot.
That was like Ultralisk making a huge play.
In team. Go chase in team, go chase in team.
Nice. Bottom.
We tried to end bottom.
We guys don't keep it up.
Trying to climb bottom core.
Yeah.
But we no healer. Watch out.
This.
We try to end. I'm being tough on June. I'm not being tough on June. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure my players will all know this is nothing personal. I want them to win, they want to win. I'm just pointing out mistakes that can be better.
I'm running right now.
And once again, it's much easier watching replay than actually playing in-game. Because in-game you have to focus on so much. And you don't have, it's like hindsight is 20/20.
To make sure Greyman doesn't die.
Yeah, this is a very good core attempt. Because they didn't have a healer, so it's not easy. But they did everything right. Make sure Greymane doesn't die. Spread for Riptire.
I'm coming, I'm almost here,
They zoned Junkrat, webbed the other guy.
Give me, Ultralisk.
Right after web ended, he got silenced in Tomb 2. This was a really good end. Because it was kind of tricky without a healer.
I kind of threw on the bottom one there. That was my bad.
Man, look, everyone threw and we still won.
Monka is...
That is true. They actually all threw and they still won. They actually all threw. That is actually so true. True.
Everyone gets that. Everyone gets that troll play.
But I mean, the other team